Right. Yeah. Fantastic. All right. All right. All right. Great day. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Wherever we happen to be. Happy journey to us all. I'm Arne. I'm your host for this Tuesday edition of Daily Antidote of Song. Let's put our hands up for the beautiful people at Carpe Diem Arts who bring this to us every single day. Let's shake a head. Hands in the head. Hands in the head. It's January 31st, 2023. We are at day, is it 1031? Somebody will tell me. Let's get this party started by saying greetings to our Facebook Live family. Let's wave to them all. And of course, let's say hello to our wonderful creator, Jojo Rossi. Thank you, Jojo, always. And jamming on the one, jamming on the one, jamming on the one, Jaden on tech, baby. Give it up, give it up, give it up. All right, let's get started with our screamers rooming in the boom boom zoom room today. Who do we have here? Carolyn Jaff is here. Kevin in DC with the magic flute. Jim in New York City. Pauline in Newcastle. Susan G. Sheila in North Florida. Barb is here. Kathy in Gaines. I'm thinking that's Gainesville, Florida. Ann in Silver Spring. Arlene in Berkeley. Nancy in the Moo Cow are here. Luda with Love in Victoria, BC. Don and the Curly Tops. What a wonderful name for a band. Hoda in British Columbia. We've got Pod 123 is here. Okay. Cliff and Lynn in Vermont. Thank you so much. Busy Graham. Great to see you. Deli's here. And the Curly Tops. One Curly Top, two Curly Tops, three Curly Tops are here. Thank you. Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Gary with Solutions is here. Amanda and Miles in Michigan. Susan in Seattle. Jane is a birthday girl. All right. Good to see you. Dory and maybe Ollie will make an appearance. Thank you very much. Kate Galloway is here. I think it's either Charleston or Charlottesville. I can't see it. It's a Char. Storm is here. Hello. Bob, Lee, and Mabel are here. And we know the Dancing Bears are very close. Sarah in Texas is here. Becky is here. Annette in California is here. Priscilla, good morning to you. We've got Michelle and Steve. Hello. Nancy is here. Bonnie in Boise. Hello, hello. And not on camera are Aloysius, Carolyn, Jeff, Brahman in Victoria, Barbara Cross, Christiana. Oh, Christiana in Maryland. That's okay. Y'all are moving. Bronwyn. Oh, I said that. Janice Anger, Jenny F, Gay Smith, Loriana and Friends, LMG, Carol J in Connecticut, Jane in Maryland, Jenny in Suffolk, UK, Alan Perper, and everybody who needs to be here is here. Is Baba James Harkless here? Do we see him? Okay, we're going to grab him when he shows up. Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to the Daily Antidote Room today, please feel free to identify yourselves in the chat with your first name, your city, your country, and let us know how you found Daily Antidote of Song on this day. Alrighty, let's get here. Let's get into what we're here for. New year, new month, new friends. Today we are welcoming an incredible artist who is world renowned as folk music's rustic renaissance man for 50 years now. Yeah, that's true. For 50 years now, he has been everywhere in the folk music scene. He is revered as a multiple Grammy nominated multi instrumentalist, a traditional music archivist, one of the primary revivalists of the hammer dulcimer, a pioneering children's and family artist, a prolific and wide ranging songwriter, and the very definition of the touring road warrior. He is undoubtedly one of the most creative, prolific, reliable, and satisfying of American folk music stalwarts. We're so delighted to have him here for the very first time on Daily Antidote of Song to lead us in a very special song coming to us somewhere from North Georgia, and we're going to talk about that. Let's show a whole lot of Daily Antidote love by putting your hands up and together for the incredible John McCutcheon. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thanks, Arne. It's great to be here.
All
I'm
right, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. It's the last day of January. Tomorrow we get into February, which is, as my grandfather used to say, the best thing about February is the shortest month of the year.
All right.
Of course,
The thing I love.
he was a farmer from Wisconsin. Everything was just promises and
Oh,
plans to him.
okay. I get it. I get it. Well, I always look forward to February as being Black History Month, but we'll get into that later. Okay. What song have you chosen to share with us today, please?
Well, this is this is a song I've never recorded and I've rarely sung on. In fact, I think I've only sung it once on stage, but I have sung it many times. About 10 years ago, I started doing songwriting camps at the Highlander Center in East Tennessee. And I was first introduced to Highlander 50 years ago at their 40th anniversary celebration. And it has become a home base for me for the last half century. And when I was doing one of my first songwriting camps there, we were not the only people on the Highlander grounds. There was a Black Lives Matter group that was there. There was a youth group that was there training young activists. And even though we were all off doing our separate things, we were all eating at the same time in the same place, which felt pretty natural to me because I am the eldest of 9 children. So I was used to pretty full dinner tables. But what I was also used to and have loved my whole life is the art of table graces. So I decided to write something that everybody who was there, whether they were musicians or singers or not, could participate in. So I wrote this little table grace that I would like to teach y'all. And it's easy. It requires no instruments, just the human voice. And it can serve as an answer back. But would you like me to sing it first, teach it? How do you want to do this?
Let's see. So are we singing the whole song with you?
No, just the chorus.
Okay, so teach
But
us the chorus.
I have a part for the verses.
Okay, okay. All right. So how about you sing it down first, and
Okay.
then when it's our turn, you say this is your turn, and then sing that part, and
Okay.
we'll grab it.
Your part is an answer back in the chorus, but I will and let me do the chorus. Oh no, I'll sing the
Okay.
first verse and lead up to it. Let's see. We gather here 3 times a day and pause for thanks, each in our way, from rising till we take our rest. We know that we are truly blessed. And here's the chorus. Raise your voice, raise your voice, raise your song, raise your song. Live your thanks your whole life long, whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. So bless this food and bless this work.
I love it.
So
I love
the
it.
chorus, is raise your voice, raise your
Raise
voice.
your voice.
So
So we're going to be singing.
yes, you can either actually mimic the melody,
We're going to sing as you sing.
or you can be raise your voice, raise your voice, raise your voice. So raise your voice, raise your voice, raise your song. Live your thanks your whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. Bless this food and bless this word. So you get the idea. And it seems like during the verse, and the verses, the lyrics, I believe, are going to be in the chat, correct? Aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're there already. They're
Okay, so
there.
you are welcome to sing along with the verses, a slightly different melody, or what people around the Highlander table would do because they didn't know the verses, we didn't have a chat, is you can just sort of hum along, We can. And then we go into the chorus. So, you want me to sing the whole thing down and give everybody a
Yeah,
chance to
let's
practice a
do
little
it.
bit?
Let's
Okay,
do
we're
it.
doing
We're
it.
ready. We're ready.
We gather here 3 times a day and pause for thanks, each in our way, from rising till we take our rest. We know that we are truly blessed. So raise your voice, raise your song, and live your thanks your whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. So bless this food and bless this work. Bless our friends, and yes, bless our foes. Bless the weary work of those who make this world a better place. Upon their heads we ask this grace. So raise your voice, raise your song, and live your thanks your whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. So bless this food and bless this work and bless the backs, the hearts and hands of every woman, every man, from farm and kitchen, far and near, who placed this food before us here. And raise your voice, raise your song, live your thanks your whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. So bless this food and bless this work, and raise your voice, raise your song, and live your thanks your whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. So bless this food and bless this work.
Amazing, everybody. Wow.
Oh, I wish I could
John.
hear you.
Oh, wow. Well, we sounded good. I'll tell you that. We sounded real good. That was so filling. Thank you. Thank you. I can't imagine being in that setting at Highlander and sitting at a table and sharing that song. Wow. Okay, John, we need to know, what is your connection to Daily Antidote of Song? Because this is your first time actually on this program. How did we get you?
Well, one of my neighbors is Elise Witt, an old
Of
friend of mine.
course.
In fact, I just saw her on Saturday night. And Busy Graham had a thing early on, which I think maybe morphed into Daily Antidote of Song. In any event, early on in the pandemic, Busy invited me to be a part of something like this. But I've certainly been aware of it. Many of my friends have been on. I get invitations, and I'm glad to finally make it here.
Wow, we are thrilled. We are so thrilled. We're so thrilled. You recently released your 43rd album. 43, everybody. Congrats, congrats. And we are all the beneficiaries of your
Ridiculous.
output. Yeah, I'm wondering, does it surprise you that you still have so much to say?
Um, well, I'm grateful, certainly. And well, I feel like I've been blessed, as this song truly says, to have an active creative life. But I mean, I'm this next month, I'm going into the studio to do an album of songs I've co-written over the pandemic with Tom Paxton, who is 85 and still doing important and wonderful creative work. So I'm lucky I'm not a dancer or a football player, because I would have been retired decades ago. So I lucky I discovered this folk music thing on my mother's couch in August of 1963, when she set my little 11-year-old butt down and said, "Watch this with me," and it was the March on Washington. Um, and that was the day I discovered folk music. I mean, because yeah, there was Marian Anderson and Mahalia Jackson, and all the speeches. There was a remarkable amount of music at the March on Washington, which is something creators of modern mass events should take note of. That, speeches can change your mind, but music will change your heart. And no real change happens until people's hearts are changed. So, and that was the beginning of all this.
Who were the folk music singers that you were introduced to on that program that
Oh,
day?
well, there was Odetta and Len Chandler and Peter, Paul, and Mary and Joan Baez and Bob Dylan. But the most important thing was not that these people were performing, but I remember really vividly um, the cameras panning the audience while Peter, Paul, and Mary were singing If I Had a Hammer. And everybody was singing. And when Joan Baez sang We Shall Overcome, everybody was singing. This was about participation. I mean, the whole movement was about participation and not performance and spectacle.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that's something that y'all at Daily Antidote of Song certainly know about. But it's something that has been a guiding kind of principle in my whole professional life.
Absolutely. And so from that couch, what did you do? Grab a guitar, grab a banjo, play the piano? What's the evolution from you're
Well,
sitting on that couch
well,
watching that?
I started paying attention. I remember just being gobsmacked by how this music seemed really ancient, but also urgent at the same time. How it was, you know, deep. Yeah, and I came from a really religious family, so the whole civil rights movement really resonated with me because it was led by clergy. It used biblical language. Let my people go. I may not get to the mountaintop. I may not get to the promised land with you. And all this, and the songs were repurposed hymns. They just understood the power of the pronoun. How I will overcome became we will overcome, and we shall not be moved. And I was 11 years old. The Beatles were around. There was that whole musical thing going on, but then there was this, and my best friend happened to be watching it, and we started talking about it, and we began this years long campaign of utter whininess to get a guitar. And it took 3 years, but I finally got one, and it has allowed me to avoid gainful employment my entire life.
Well, we are so happy for that. We are just thrilled. We're thrilled with it. Thank you for mentioning Elise. She is a connector of many incredible spirits.
Oh
So
yeah.
you're kind of in the Atlanta area. Before we came on the screen, we were talking briefly about Stone Mountain, and there may be some people who don't know what Stone Mountain is. John McCutcheon, would you please enlighten us? We all don't know. Tell us what Stone Mountain is,
Well,
please, sir.
Stone Mountain is a huge monolith that, if you ever fly into Atlanta, and the old joke is when you die, whether you go to heaven or hell, you're going to have to connect in Atlanta. Um, you see this giant white thing emerging out of the surrounding area. There's nothing like it around here. And it is the largest Confederate Civil War memorial in the world. On the side of this mountain is carved what has been termed the Confederate Mount Rushmore. There's Stonewall Jackson, Robert E. Lee, and the guy who was the president of the Confederacy.
Jefferson Davis.
Thank you very much, Jefferson Davis. Um, and it was also, prior to the carving, the rebirth place of the modern Ku Klux Klan. They used to have rallies and burn crosses on the top of Stone Mountain. And like many things that emerged using the Confederate flag and symbols and monuments, it all was revived after Brown v. Board of Education in 1954. Never before that was the Confederate battle flag ever on the Georgia flag. It has since been removed. And, you know, it, Stone Mountain is in our children's lifetime. It will; those images will no longer. I'm absolutely convinced of that. I mean, the world is changing and especially in that way. And as I've told my kids when it came to anti-gay laws, I said, death is on your side. This stuff is going to change because a whole nother group of people are going to grow
That's
up
right.
saying, what was that about?
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
screwed up.
Exactly, exactly. And so you've said in the Atlanta area there are discussions on what to do about Stone Mountain because maybe a lot of people don't know it's now a part of the National Park Services.
Well, it's
So
actually
our
part of the state. It's state of Georgia Park
of
Service,
the
not
state of Georgia.
national.
So okay, so then the state of Georgia residents are paying for the upkeep and
Oh yeah,
maintenance.
yeah. Well, it was a private concern at first, um, and in fact, the original person engaged to do the carving, who didn't end up doing it, was the same guy who did Mount Rushmore.
Exactly.
Um, but there's a lot of discussion around. Atlanta is a really black city. I mean, not only majority population, but money and power is really here as well. So today, I go to a gym in Stone Mountain, which is today the town of Stone Mountain is probably 90% African American now.
Right.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah, it is interesting, and it's you know the times they are changing.
Somebody should write a song about that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
let me get right on that.
Get on it. Get on it. Wow. Well, we appreciate your bringing this knowledge forward. For those who don't know, people think that it's racism is over and it's all everybody should be together, and we're still living with these monuments of that time. But in any event, let's move forward. Your new album is called Leap.
It is.
Whatever could you possibly mean about what could that mean?
Oh well, it was the name of the song from which the album title comes is called "The Ride," and it was inspired by an episode of On Being, which is my favorite radio show, and is coming
Krista
back.
Tippett.
It's Krista Tippett, and it's coming back on Thursday as a podcast. Um, she was interviewing someone, and they were talking about the process by which you make a difficult decision and how often you don't say, okay, the decision is made and I'm going to go all in. And when you don't do that, it affects the outcome all the way. So I use the example of a kid leaping off a ledge into a quarry, and he just decides, I could pretend I'm falling, or I could pretend I'm flying. I'm going to hit the water either way, and all the courage it took to jump happened back up on the ledge. So let's leave that there. So it's, go all in on your life.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Who are some of your collaborators on the project?
Well, I wrote all the songs myself, and this was one of those pandemic albums where I recorded all my parts right here and sent it off to an engineer who sent it to my bass player, JT Brown, who lives in Nashville, and my keyboard player, John Carroll, who lives up in Massachusetts, and my fiddle player, Stuart Duncan, who also lives in Nashville. And Pete Kennedy is a guitar player, lives up in New York. And everybody put their own parts down. But next month, when I go in with Tom Paxson, we are all actually going to be in the same room together, which is
Wow.
just such an exciting thing. It'll be 3 years, and we miss one another. And there's, as you all know, here where we can't really hear one another sing, we don't know how beautiful we are until we actually get our bodies in the same spot. But the fact that we're willing to do this is an indication of how much we miss one another. So let's
Absolutely.
let's keep doing this.
Well, let's keep doing this. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to that blessing, please.
Absolutely. Is everybody ready to go? Everybody know your
We're ready
part?
to go. We're ready to
Okay.
go. We're ready to go.
We gather here 3 times a day and pause for thanks each in our way. From morning till we take our rest, we know that we are truly blessed. So raise your voice, raise your song, and live your thanks your whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. So bless this food and bless this work. Bless our friends, and yes, bless our foes. And bless the weary work of those who make this world a better place. Upon their heads we ask this grace. So raise your voice, raise your song, and live your thanks your whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. So bless this food and bless this work and bless the backs, the hearts, the hands of every woman, every man, from farm and kitchen, far and near, who placed our food before us here. Raise your voice, raise your song, and live your thanks
Give
your
your thanks.
whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. So bless this food and bless this work one more time. Raise your voice, raise your song, and live your thanks your whole life long. We all are saints, we all are jerks. So bless this food and bless this work. And bless us
Oh,
one and
yeah.
all.
Wow. Wow. Everybody. John McCutcheon. Wowie zowie. Thank you so much. That'll be my new mantra. We're saints and we're jerks. Thank you for telling the truth.
Sure. Take
And
take
we
this
so
home. Sing it for your meals. I mean, this is it's because all we have before is, oh, the Lord's been good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun and the rain and the apple seed. The Lord's been good to me, which is a lovely song, but here's an alternative and an additional one you can sing.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for being our new friend. Will you please come back?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic.
Thanks for singing with me. It's been great fun.
Fantastic. Appreciate you sharing your time, your talents, and filling our bellies with all that goodness. And we wish you a beautiful day. Lots of love, lots of laughter, and lots of good food. Okay, everybody, let's breathe that in. Let's breathe that in. Good. Good. Okay, a few announcements before we bring today's session to a close. Today is the last day that you can vote for the Daily Antidote of Song Whammy Award nomination. We're in the do good category, everybody. So let's do good. We want to be in the finals. This is the only opportunity we actually get to vote. Once we move into the finals, then it becomes the voting process is a little different. So the information is there. I know Jaden's put it in. What you're supposed to do to vote and how you can participate with the link and the instructions and all that will be there. Let's see what else is coming up. The Alex Cummings CD project is happening, and there might be something else. I'm sorry, Jojo, if I forgot it, but it's there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and so we appreciate your being here and being involved, and staying connected. Y'all, we had John McCutcheon today. Wow. Okay. I'm fangirling over here for real, but it's okay. It's okay. I will hold my composure and thank the good people over at Facebook Live. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you on tomorrow. And then let me say goodbye to Jojo Rossi, of course. Thank you, Joe, for making all this happen. We so appreciate you. Thanking Jaden on tech. Jaden making sure everything is coming through flowing smooth. Appreciate you always. And we'll thank Kevin in DC with the magic flute, Jim in New York City, Pauline, oh, in Newcastle. Hello. Susan G, thank you so much for being here. Barb A, Kathy DeWitt in Gainesville and in Silver Spring, Arlene in Berkeley, Luda with so much love in Victoria, Pod 123. Thank you for being here. Busy Graham. Yay, busy. Thank you. Deli, the Curly Tops 1, 2, and 3. Gary with Solutions. Amanda and Miles in Michigan. Jane, the birthday girl. Happy birthday to ya. You are wonderful. Thank you for being here with us, Jane, and celebrating your birthday. We wish you a beautiful day. Kate Galloway in either Charlottesville or Charleston, one of those. Bob and Mabel and the Dancing Bears. Thank you, thank you. Sarah in Texas. Becky, Annette in California. Michelle, Bonnie in Boise. Martha, Laris in UK. Thank you. Claire in Boise. Cricket. Thank you. We saw you dancing. Dory and Ollie, maybe. Is that a okay? I can't tell. Is that a slider? I don't know. Whatever it is, put it in the chat. Whatever it is. Phil in Totnes, UK. Thank you, Phil. Good to see you. Leah, thank you for being here. Kevin in Greensboro, North Carolina. Hoda in British Columbia. Always love seeing you. Storm, thank you for coming through with the birthday hat. Sheila in Gainesville, Florida. We appreciate you. Priscilla, Bob, and Don in the Curly Tops. Thank you, thank you. Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Dolly and Ollie. No, Dory and Ollie. Let's see. Okay, we're moving. So many things are moving. Fred in Silver Spring, Delhi, Cliff and Lynn in Vermont, Mariah Merriweather, Carolyn Jaff, Christiana in Maryland, yes, Janice in Colorado, LMG, Carol J in Connecticut, Luis, Shelly, Amos, someone on the iPhone, Gretchen Schleicher, phenomenal Gretchen Schleicher, thank you for being here, Penny and Caroline in DC, everybody. Let's have a beautiful day. We can be saints, we can be jerks, but let's be love. How about that? Let's be love. Okay, I got to get